can talk.
All right. Waiting for my friend, my cohort here to join me.
Everybody,
Welcome.
happy Monday.
Yeah. Super happy Monday.
I named this post-blizzard 2021. So just to let you know, real estate is alive and well in Austin, Texas.
And we're alive and well in Austin, Texas, thank God.
Yeah, Jason had a little hardship to deal with.
I would say that was a challenge. We got 6 people in our house, and they're not all adults, but they're all adult-sized people. You know, we got big, physically big children. So we had no water in our house, except for very small exceptions for 4 days. So we had cold water a little bit, a low-pressure cold water a couple of times. It would come on and go back off, and it apparently had water had outages at the treatment plant. Then they had outages at the pump station. And then we finally got water back, and it was only cold, only low pressure. And then I've learned all this over the last few days, that water pressure has to build up to get through your water heater to provide hot water for the house. So it was about 96 hours with no water. We're literally filling up the bathtub with snow more than once. My youngest daughter was helping me with that. We were out harvesting snow from our yard. Never thought I would say that, just to flush our toilets. So we had that happen. We have boil water notice for a little while, but we're back in the saddle. Everything's okay. We can shower and things like that and flush our toilets. And I don't want to go through it again, but I don't think I can store enough water to avoid this. But the good news is it probably won't happen again. So
Yeah, and I have to admit, I was one of the lucky people. We only lost power for 2 hours, and I never lost water. So all I was able to do was help out a good friend who had lost his power and his water, and his apartment flooded.
which is great. You're able to help.
Yeah, and he stayed with us for several days, 3 or 4 days.
That's great.
And so this is kind of interesting. We're talking real estate. This obviously shouldn't scare anybody off from coming to Texas. We don't believe it will. There are a lot of things in the news and Facebook and negative this and Texas, the mighty state of Texas has fallen. And I get a little upset when I see people say bad things about Texas.
I get a lot upset.
Yeah, I'm a 5th generation. Somebody one-upped me on Facebook last night and said they're 7th generation, and it's about time. Anyway, I love where I live. I'm proud of where I live. If you're coming to Texas and you'd like to have a realtor and realtors that love the state of Texas, love the Austin area, and know a whole lot about it, then we're the people to come to. And we also know our friends who have become disenchanted, and hey, maybe they're going to leave, and maybe we can sell their house, so maybe we got an inside track. So I hope they all stay, but we're thinking it's just going to be wonderful. And we got on the internet this morning, and the multiple offers are cranking right back up. So
Yeah, as soon as it was gone, it was like Saturday, there was multiple offers again happening, and I saw we had a client check on 2 different properties. They were both gone. As soon as the weather got halfway decent, people were back out looking and certainly making offers. I don't know if you ever saw the movie World According to Garp. Ever seen that movie?
yeah, I did.
Do you remember that part where the plane crashes into the house?
Yeah.
And he says, "We'll take it. This is never going to happen again." It's the same thing here. This is not going to happen again. In my opinion. I mean, I don't know the weather. I don't know the future.
No
it hasn't happened in,
guarantees.
70 to 90 years. So it's like kind of a once-in-a-lifetime storm event. Never happened before, and no reason to be scared of Texas.
And it was definitely not a political event.
No, it was a weather
No,
event.
it was
Any more than COVID is a political event. I mean, it's
Right.
a medical event, a weather event, but everyone has to politicize everything, and that's just kind of the way things work in today's world, is that you have to pick sides. I'm not going to pick sides. I'm just going to say that I'm glad we made it through it. I'm glad we're back in the saddle this week, and I'm not concerned about the real estate market. It's right back to where it was a week and a half ago.
No, it's so many good stories, nice stories of people helping out and going above and beyond.
Did you hear about the HEB thing? Did you see that?
Yeah, they just told them they could leave.
Yeah, the power went out at HEB. It's a local grocery store, people who don't know, if you're not in this area. It's a Texas-based grocery chain, our favorite grocery store.
Sure.
It's my favorite grocery
Right.
store. And the power went out when people were shopping for supplies for the weather. And people were like, oh, there's a bunch of moaning and groaning. Oh, no, people are great. This is going out. They're like, just finish up your shopping, do what you need to do, and they let people come to the front. They just let them go. Didn't have to pay for anything. They didn't have cash registers to use. Let them go. That's a goodwill measure. good kudos to HEB for that. That's amazing that they would do that and let a whole store full of people leave without paying. I think that's great testimony to the kind of company they are. And it's a family-owned company. My grandfather worked for them for 38, 39 years, so great company. I can't endorse them enough, so good for them.
Right.
Well done,
People stepped up. I had to take Melinda in through the ice and snow to get her to work. She works in an ER, and she stayed there for 3 days without coming home.
She slept there. She
slept there.
Yeah.
So you know what? Everybody stepped up, and we've made it through. Some people better than others, but there will continue to be help. So that's all. I felt like we had to address it. I mean, we're in Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
and this was the national, probably international news of the last.
It seems to be. It seems
last
like
week
I had a
or
lot more
so.
people checking on me and praying for me than I've ever had at any point I can think of in my life, other than some crisis with my family. But I haven't had people just come out of the blue and ask me how I'm doing like this before. So thank you for that.
And I still think Texas is great.
It is. It is great. And
Some folks thought I
we're
was
both-
being a little arrogant, but I'm not. I just love my state.
well, we're both native Texans, born and raised, and lived here our whole lives, both of us. And so over 100 years we've lived combined,
Right.
living in Texas now. So
Right.
we have no intention of leaving. So it's you're fine. Keep coming. There are not that many homes to choose from.
Right, and this
So-
isn't our commentary on the storm.
No.
We just addressed it because it happened, and we wanted to let you know that nothing has changed as far as real estate goes.
No.
The offers are coming in. We're having to. I did look. There's a number of homes on hold, obviously. So there.
Explain what that means.
So hold is when something happens to where an agent will take his listing and put it on hold.
Mhm.
Obviously, there was no showings happening last week,
Right.
so you don't want to age the listing
Mhm.
on the MLS. So the good news is maybe today and this week, maybe there'll be a little window, some things that are taken off hold. Maybe everybody won't rush out there quite as fast, but I don't necessarily think that's the case.
Hard to know. It's hard. It's unpredictable, but it feels like it's going to be just as much demand, and people are kind of right back out doing everything they were doing a week and a half ago. Like I said,
Right.
before all this happened. So, what a time! What a weird event. And on top of the COVID thing, it's like already so sequestered, and then it's like now you literally can't leave your house or shouldn't leave your house. Just one more thing, but. We made it. We survived, and that's the good news. And not everyone did. So that's the sad part, is that there were some people that died from this, and that's why I don't like people making fun of Texas during times like this when people are suffering and dying. And don't mock people that are going through problems just because we've never experienced this before. We're not set up for this with our homes and our obviously the everything. Nothing was
Right.
really prepared for this. So
We can handle 30-foot rattlesnakes,
sure,
but we're not used to
that's not a big deal at all.
freezing weather for a week. So the rattlesnakes, no problem.
Sure,
You know,
scorpions,
us and
snakes, insects.
Pecos bill. We got that covered. So with the other thing, we're going to talk about a little bit about the fact that we are a brokerage,
Mhm.
and that we have been business partners now for over 20 years. And Jason's the broker,
Long time.
and we're always looking for folks that want to consider joining a good brokerage,
Yeah.
and that would be us.
I think so. I mean, I think that you're welcome to talk to any of our agents that work for us. I think we're a very supportive team, and our commission split's competitive. We don't have a lot of extra fees. We don't charge anyone any extra fee. We have a $39 errors and omissions fee, and that's it. Our commission split's very, very favorable to the agent. We have a low split, a high split for the agent, and a low cap for agents, much lower than most of the big companies out there. So, and kind of a boutique, I guess you call it boutique agency. We've got about 20 agents working for us. I don't know if I like that term, but I don't know if we fit that that word that well. But we are a small agency with about 20 agents, kind of all over town, and a very supportive group of agents that help each other and step in when help is needed. So and provide good training and all the above. So.
Right, and as you well know, if you've been in real estate for a little while, while it's so busy and everybody is just selling houses as fast as they can, multiple offers, it's also a real good time to partner with people that have been through some of the ups and downs of the markets over the years. It's tough to be getting in the business right now. I mean, there are a lot of people that'll do it and they'll be doing great. And we welcome those folks, and hopefully we can give you some of the benefit of the wisdom that we've gained over the last 20 years. And like I said, a lot of good agencies out there. We're one of them, and we would love to talk to you if you're thinking about real estate.
And we're not a fit for everybody. We're not.
No.
If you need, if you want a lot of, well, these days it's a little different. A lot of people want like a lot of in-person contact. Of course, that's not happening as much anyway with COVID. But generally speaking, we're not going to give you like a private office space or your own suite or things like that. But we have relatively low overhead, and so we can pass that along to the agents.
And we do have a lot of space right now because COVID is, everybody's been obviously working from the house, their vehicles. The nice thing about real estate now is you can do it from anywhere. Yeah. So we do have a nice office in a really nice office building. We're on the first floor on the lobby, and we're proud of our space. But more than that, like I said, we're proud of the support that we would and can give you.
And one of the things that's come up, I know, a number of times with newer agents, even with experienced agents too, is just we're good at solving problems. We've never been through a lawsuit, a mediation, anything like that. We've never had anybody take us to court through hundreds and hundreds of transactions we've managed over the years. And we've handled, I know you can't see the map that well, but we've handled transactions all over Austin, every part of every quadrant of Austin you could point to. We've handled transactions, every price point, high-end luxury stuff, $7 million ranch, down to $30,000, $40,000 condos years ago. Those don't exist anymore, but every price range. So we can help with any of that. So we'd love to talk to you if you're looking for a place to hang your hat. So that's it. I mean,
we didn't have a whole lot to talk about today. We wanted to address the storm,
elephant in the room,
and let you know that.
Like, we can make fun of Texas, but you can't make fun of Texas.
Yeah, it's kind of like your family. You got the guy in your family you don't like, but nobody else can talk bad about him. Well, that's how we are about
exactly
about Texas. Is we can say something, but be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love everybody. We just we know it's a nice place to live, and from what I see, a lot of folks are headed this way.
I was happy to see. Like, in fact, we had a couple of things happen over the storm time. We had, Stephen Winteroth from church. He brought me some water. He was down, around the corner from us. He was able to bring us some water and a couple of coolers and some potable water, which was super nice. And our next door neighbor, Chris, brought us some pizza just out of the blue. So, hey,
I would kill for a pizza right now. I still haven't found.
Just nice to see people stepping up. And I wish I could have done more. I feel like I couldn't travel much. I barely could make it to Costco the one time I did go. And that was pretty treacherous, just a mile and a half from my house. So
I have to admit, I have four-wheel drive on my truck, and I used it one other time just for fun. But this is the first time that I ever felt like I needed.
You needed to use it.
So
I don't have that all-wheel drive. I don't have
yeah.
drive,
So anyway,
got a big vehicle, but it didn't have the all-wheel drive, so it was a little dicey. I made it just fine, but it was a little dicey.
So once again.
We didn't even tell who we are. I guess they're going to.
Oh yeah, by the way,
I'm Jason Crouch. This is on my personal page. You're probably seeing it there, but if not,
I'm Frank Cavett.
And we're the owners of Austin, Texas Homes, and you can reach us anytime at 512-328-8000. Thanks for joining us. This is just a casual chat thing that we started doing once a week or so. We missed last week because we had a blizzard going on, but we're about once a week we're trying to do this. So it's a new segment, a new show we're trying to do. So,
and we hope in the next weeks to come that we're able to actually take it on the road and interview some on-site sales folks and just around town. So we decided we should do this, like I said, just coming out of this the previous week, which was quite unique for all of us.
And I hate the word unprecedented, but yet again, unprecedented week, and hopefully last time we'll see that in our lifetime, like anything like that. But I don't mind the weather, I don't mind the cold. I do mind not having water for 6 people for a few days. So,
right.
But off we go. So, yeah, thanks for joining us. That was kind of it today, right?
You guys take care.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll see you around the neighborhood.
Yeah. This is always the awkward part where I get to sit here by myself for 10 seconds till it gets turned off. It's